Welcome to Aerodynamics. Today I'm going to tackle a subject that most of you are familiar with, but I'm going to do it just as a refresher. And the subject is the relationship between motion, force and motion, force in pound and motion, okay, distance in time. So what I'm going to do is use the three Newton's laws of motion. Sir Isaac Newton, he summarizes motion and force and motion generalizations into those three specific laws of motion. The first one is very easy. We all know, most of us know about it. If a body is at rest, that body will remain at rest unless some unbalanced force acts upon it, comes into contact with that body at rest. That's the first. That's part of the first law. The second part of the first law is if a body is in motion, that body will remain in motion in a straight line unless an unbalanced force acts upon it. So that's that's the two elements of the first Newton's law. The second one is about the second law is about acceleration. So acceleration, as we know it, is change in motion, change in speed, change in velocity, and that happens, okay, if a body is in motion in a straight line and then an unbalanced force just acts upon that body, that body will accelerate. That means it will change motion, speed, or velocity. That's acceleration. The force, the amount of force that causes that body to accelerate is directly, well, let me put it another way. The amount of acceleration is directly proportional to the force applied to the moving body. And also the amount of acceleration is also proportional. Is inversely proportional to the mass of the moving body. Okay? So acceleration is change in motion, change in speed, change in velocity caused by an unbalanced force, and the amount of acceleration is directly proportional to the force applied, and inversely proportional to the mass of the body in motion. That's the second law. The third one is the one that I think is most related to an airplane, especially to an airplane engines, because it's about the third Norton's law states for every action force there is an equal and opposite reaction force. And when it comes to aviation, an example I can give you is about a rocket engine. In the rocket engine, there is burning fuel, and this burning fuel gases to be produced, and those gases are accelerated through the rocket nozzle. So out of the nozzle, those gases encounter an opposite force caused by air loads, and now we have an equal and opposite force that concentrate in the combustion chamber of the rocket engine, act on the wall, on the walls, act on that equal opposite force acts on the walls of the combustion chamber, and then the rocket is accelerated. Okay, that's an example. That's an example I can give you when it comes to aircraft, and I could have used the same example for jet engines aircraft as well. So that's what it is. You know, three Norton's laws of motion. Okay, so when it comes to the last one, a very simple example. When you stand on the ground, do you sink? Do you sink? No. You stand on the ground, you don't go through the ground. You don't sink. It's because the force that the action force that your body put on the ground is reproduced by the ground. So that's why you stay on the ground. You don't sink. But if you try standing on water, you will not you will not get an equal and opposite force from the water to hold you up. You will sink. I think that that example is very simple for you to understand the third law of motion of Mr. Isaac Norton. Okay, that's it. Then see you next time.